Hey guys, it's Sam. Today I'm doing another plan with me in my Hobonichi weeks. I have been using this planner as my everyday carry, and I've been updating my Hobonichi A6 as like a memory planner slash diary. But this is the planner that has been coming everywhere with me. I have recently been unsure about my plans to go from the mega weeks to the regular weeks, and I do have a mega on the way now. I was not expecting that at all because I was very set on having a thinner, slimmer planner for the upcoming year. And then I don't know what happened. Just the last few days I've been sitting with this planner and I've kind of been liking the weight of it and having those extra pages, which I've never really given myself full permission to use. I still don't have plans to journal in the back. I have been enjoying doing that kind of separately, but at the same time, I like the idea that the pages would be there if I were to change my mind, because as you know, it's much easier to ignore pages or to leave them blank than it is to put pages inside of a planner that aren't already there. So I'm gonna wait a bit and kind of see how it goes with this mega weeks, which, as you know, I had not used a whole lot this year. Probably mid-year is where most of my blank pages are. So since I'm carrying this every day now, I'm just gonna kind of give it a couple of weeks before I go in and like do all of my decoration and stuff in my front cover and updating the back pages, just to give myself some room to change my mind again before I commit by decorating. I had also been penciling things into my planner instead of using post-it notes, but I think that I'm just going to go back to little tiny post-its. I am using Friction 0.4, and this is one of those like synergy tips. They're not ones that you can just like go grab at Walmart or Target or whatever. Target does have the synergy ones in 0.5, but I was still finding that just a little more bold than I wanted in my Hobonichi Weeks paper. Well, at least for now. I still haven't tested the little tester page that came with my A6 for 2023. But to get caught back up with what I'm doing here, I have some like transparent stickers from Clark and Cord that I have been using. There are the like really thin strips that are made for the Hobonichi Weeks to separate the sections, and I like them. And I know that you could just like use a ruler and a marker and kind of do the same thing, but I'm just kind of liking how thin they are and that it's like the same size, no inconsistency all the way down. I have purposely put some of my struggles into this video and not edited them out. One of the cons for me using the Pilot Friction pen is I feel like I rely on the eraser a little bit too much, and I don't allow myself to have like any mistakes in my planner, and I kind of feel like I focus a little bit more on making sure that any errors are corrected, and I think it's just a little bit distracting. I swear I make more mistakes if I'm using a Friction than any pen other than this one, which does erase. I will say with the 0.4, it's just a little bit easier to get that pen erased than if you were using a 0.5 or especially a 0.7. Also, with fall approaching, I have strayed away from like my OG tan Tombow that I use literally all year, and I'm using the 977, which isn't a whole lot darker, but it is a nice warm darker tone than what I usually use. And since it's been my unofficial fall, but now this week it will actually be officially fall, I've just decided the last couple of weeks to kind of add a little bit more warmth to my planner by using that particular Tombow. I'm also using other transparent stickers from Clark and Cord to notate my days off. I'm only getting every weekend off while I'm training with my new job because I can't really, be counted on as a person who does the work on their own, but as soon as I'm out of training, I will be alternating to every other Saturday off, and the Saturdays that I do work will be half days, and then I know that I'll have every Sunday off, and that has been so wonderful for our schedule and just like my mental health. I've really enjoyed that. I've never had weekends off the whole time I've been working, so this has been like a special treat, and I am definitely savoring all of the weekends that I have been able to get so far. I do keep referencing last week just to make note of anything that I didn't get completed from my prior to-do list, which, if you'll notice, I think that I was more productive last week with my to-do list that seemed to keep growing, but I just kept getting things marked off. And I think that that also has to do with my schedule being like a normal schedule and just feeling more motivated to get things done. Some of the things that I do have on my to-do list are things that are weekly. I go to the chiropractor every week. We go to the car wash every week, although we missed it this week. So some of those things, it's not that I didn't get them completed, it's just that I always do them every week unless there's something special going on. I've also been putting my meal list down. I have been doing really well with making a menu, making a meal list, like what we need from the grocery store, and it's been really good for our budget. And I've decided to go ahead and put it in my weeks, just to kind of, you know, if I'm not out with my shopping list, which I also put my menu plan in, the planner goes with me everywhere. So if I'm out and I don't have my notebook, but I decided, hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and get some ideas going, then I'll have that in my pages to help trigger, you know, sometimes you just get really tired of deciding what to eat. It's like the biggest problem in the world, it seems, when you have waited till the last minute and you have no plans and you just can't think of anything. So I've tried to solve that problem by putting it in my planner so that if I get stumped, I can see it. And we don't plan our meals like Monday through Friday or Monday through Sunday or whatever. It goes with our pay schedule. So I don't have every day filled out because I don't need to. And then on Wednesday, I'll go back and I'll do some meal planning again. And at that point, I will go back and update my planner for the meals that will conclude the planning week. I did decide to go ahead and use some washi tape, which I hadn't decided whether I wanted to use or not. I don't have it on every page, but I decided that if I felt like it, I would just go ahead. This is some really beautiful, like boho rainbow washi, and this is from Paper Minty Studio. The last I checked, this one was sold out, and I believe her shop is now closed for the remainder of 2022. So I guess she'll probably be working behind the scenes on this break and will likely come out with a whole bunch of stuff in the new year. I don't remember her ever closing the shop for like the last quarter before, so maybe that's a new thing, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Maybe she just needed a break. So I definitely know how that feels. Now I'm going to go ahead and I've been using the like smaller sectioned off left-hand side for timed events. And so these are things that I know are happening at certain times on certain days. And I have found that I feel like I need to fill up this space in my planner, but I'm going to be working to actively stop doing that, because just like there are rests in music, there can be space on paper, and I need to be okay with just having empty places, not necessarily needing to fill it with words or stickers. Sometimes I see other planners and they have very little on their page, or because of their very tiny handwriting, which I do not possess, they just have a lot of white space still left in their planner at the end of the week. And I do like the way that looks. So this week I'm going to focus on not filling in those sections on the left-hand side. If I didn't have anything that was particularly timed, I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone, and then just kind of fill up the space on the right-hand side of that page with like a memory, any specific to-do lists. And I'm also going to see if I find myself turning to the back pages. Like you saw on the previous week, the week that we are just now ending, I had a really long to-do list, and it might have been more helpful to me to slap a date sticker or just go in and date one of the pages in the back and make it like a running brain dump or a running to-do list for that particular day. And in the end, I decided with some leftover space that I have here, thinking about using back pages for any more like running to-do list or notes, that with this middle space that I would go ahead and put some of the packages that I am waiting on. I went ahead and decided to upgrade my phone and my watch, and those packages are due in the next 2 days, and I'm really excited to get those in. So I was like, why not add them as a list here? As you can see, another correction. I was really just not happy with the way I kind of rushed the end of writing autumn, and I decided to go back and correct it because I could, because of the friction pen. And I've decided to go ahead and add one of the Coffee Monsters Co. fall coffee cups to this page, and that's the only deco that I'm gonna use. Maybe add some emojis or something throughout the week if I feel like I want to fill up the space or if it applies to what's going on in my life. But that will pretty much do it for this Plan With Me this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the upcoming planner year, if you've decided on the planner that you're going to use or not. I know a lot of people seem to be still up in the air. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new around here and don't want to miss out on future videos, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye guys.